Today is day 2 of your transformation project, and in this video we will be rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise. Now I'm going to be showing you how to rotate your image by swapping your points. So we'll be actually doing this on our data sheet. So if you remember whenever we talked about rotations, I'm going to make myself bigger here. Whenever we talked about rotations, we showed you the arm trick. So here we have 0, 180, 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. Again, that was 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. So whenever you cross your arms, that means that you have swapped your X and Y. So now, since I went from 0 to 90, my Y value comes before my X value. So I'm going to go switch over to our data sheet, and we're going to be swapping our X and Y values. So here, 2, 3. So now I want to switch over to my coordinate grid, and since I rotated 90 degrees, this means I want to be in quadrant 2. Well, here, these are going in, these are colored as purple, and I have purple in the bottom quadrant. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pick purple up, and I'm going to move it over to quadrant 2. And I'm going to move blue down. So now what I want to do, in quadrant 2, I have negative x's and positive y's. So the first number is negative, the second number is positive. So I want to apply that to these ordered pairs as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of these as negative. And I'm going to label this as rotation 90 degrees. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start plotting my points. I'm going to be going in between page 2 and 3. So for A prime, I have negative 2, 3. Now our coordinate grid is a little stretched out, so whenever I do plot this, it's going to be a little compressed. Negative 10, 5, 6. Now that I have labeled all my points, I'm going to go ahead and start labeling them as A prime, B prime, so on and so forth. So negative 2, 3. I'm going to insert a text box. This is A prime, so that's an A with an apostrophe. And I'm going to change the color to purple. Now again, remember that yours has to be 10 points at least, and it has to be creative. You can't just do a shape. But I am just for example, just for you to get an idea of what you're supposed to be doing. Now that I've labeled all my points, I'm going to connect them with lines. I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to create my lines, and I will be back as soon as I've done that. Okay, now I have finished connecting my dots. I need to label this, so I'm going to insert a text box, and I'm going to put a rotation. And I'm going to make the background black, and my text will be purple, and I'm going to make it a bit larger, and I'm going to center this. I'm going to bring this down just a little. Okay, so we just did a rotation, and then the last thing again is to write your algebraic representation. So I know I start off at x and y. Now again, we see that our y comes before our x between a and a prime. So here for rotation, I'm going to put y and then x. Now I need to see what stayed the same and what changed. So if I look at my 3's, my x's, they stay the same, but if I look at my y's, it went from a positive 2 to a negative 2. And remember, we represent change with a negative. So here, our algebraic representation is x comma y transforms to negative y comma x. So again, that was rotations. Come back tomorrow because tomorrow we will be reflecting across the x-axis.